What would happen if Russia invades the USA? Just getting here in the first place would appear to be a challenge for them. Realistically, depending on the specific scenario, there is very little chance they'd manage to even land a single ship worth of troops. They would be shown cheeseburgers and Levi's jeans and all the soldiers would defect. In a purely conventional conflict, Russia would be defeated very quickly. Wolverines. They'd get stomped by the US military and a lot of very happy country folk excited to use theirs. Firearms for something besides skeet shooting. Russia doesn't have the lift or logistical capability to carry out major military operation on another continent. What do you think? If they couldn't take on Ukraine, what chance do they have with us? Texas here. We masturbate at the thought of killing someone breaking into our house. Imagine the boner we would get from someone breaking into our country. To put it simply, we'll clean their chronometer. Gun behind every blade of grass. Red Dawn. High school kids everywhere would go into the mountains and woods and harass unsuspecting Russian invaders until they lose their will to fight and leave. There are more guns in the US than people. It would not end well for Russian troops even before NATO got involved. Nuke. The waves of rednecks would push them back into the sea. The most heavily armed and irrationally shooty people in the history of the world against a conscripted and decimated army of children using ancient weapons. USA for the win. Russia would get their ass resized like they were Lana Rhoades in a gang-bang video. US farmers gonna be one of the world's largest superpowers. Nuclear winter. I believe Asian countries learned their lesson the hard way against attacking the United States directly. The boats that didn't break down on the way would get sunk fast. They would lose in minutes. There are more privately owned guns in America than every army on Earth combined. You can't invade the United States. Submarine launches a missile into the Kremlin immediately. We'd get a bunch of high school football players and their sisters to fight them off. Wolverines. They will die. A bunch of Russian soldiers would die. We have lots of guns in the US, so it would be a big mistake. Go ahead and play Modern Warfare 2's campaign. They'll invade with 300,000 men and the US Army will inflict 450,000 casualties repelling them. Russia would very quickly find out why Americans don't have free healthcare. Best case scenario. Russia nearly gets wiped off the map. Worst case scenario. WW3. With Russia getting wiped off the map. That shit will go well for 2 hours and then I just hope your basement ceiling is covered with lead pipes. Well, you might have thought a few weeks ago that Russia would probably lose. but not by much. Now you can only think they'd be absolutely annihilated. Nuclear war that would end up with everyone dead within days. They would quickly learn why we don't have universal healthcare. Crazy rednecks roaming the country. Something like 49% of all guns in the world are in the hands of American citizens. They would probably get proper fucked. You mean Alaska, right? Why would they even do that? A lot of dead fucking Russians is what will happen. Party at Mar-a-Lago. To paraphrase a Japanese general from WW2, it would be virtually impossible to invade America, because behind every blade of grass is a redneck with a rifle. Tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy. The US would create so many good memes. Anti-Second Amendment people would finally appreciate all the guns. Bitch please, they can't even take Ukraine. There would still be a vocal minority of Americans saying that Russia are the good guys. They wouldn't dare. Most countries are on the same page that Russia is a mutual threat. It would probably spell their end as a major world power, unless China joined their side. If they can't have a quick win with Ukraine, then they're not going to make it far against the US. We'd all end up existing for about 30 minutes longer before it was all over. Everybody except me would die. Russia will lose. Nuclear war. Russia doesn't have that capability. The only projection they have is when they accuse others of things Russia itself is doing. Russia has a huge collection of tanks and a world-threatening nuclear arsenal. The rest of their capabilities a little better than Third World. Be some nasty stuff going down. Wolverines. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe for more content.